찾아 Right here, right now Yeah, yeah, yeah 덜이 찾으면 안 되는 걸까 왜 그런 거야 I'm okay just the way I am I'm okay with what I do 지금이 들어도 상관없는데 고맙지만 고맙지 않은데 You know, you know I don't want to know I don't want no more, no more I don't want to know Gotta get up now Gotta get up now I don't have to Gotta get up now, get up, yeah. I'm okay, just the way I am. You know, I'm okay, just the way I am. You know. 너의 중요하다는 words It's for you It's all for you 가만히 있으면 안 되는 걸까 왜 그런 거야 I'm okay just the way I am I'm okay with what I do 지금이 들어도 상관없는데 이끝이 없는 조언들 너만한 necessity 고맙지만 고맙지 않은데 You know, you know I don't want to know I don't want no more, no more I don't want to know Gotta get up now Gotta get up now I don't have to know Gotta get up now Get up, yeah Everybody says 너의 꿈을 찾아 Yeah, yeah 덜이 찾으면 안 되는 걸까 왜 그런 거야 I'm okay just the way I am I'm okay with what I do 지금이 들어도 상관없는데 이끝이 없는 조언들 너만한 necessity 고맙지만 고맙지 않은데 You know, you know I don't want to know I don't want no more, no more I don't want to know Gotta get up now Gotta get up now I don't have to know Gotta get up now Get up, yeah I'm okay, just the way I am. You know, I'm okay, just the way I am. You know.
We are live.
Durban Streets, what's poppin'?
The favorite morning crew
on the Vooka.
Breakfast show. Let's go.
It's What's Poppin'.
The favorite morning crew
on the Vooka
Breakfast Show. Let's go.
What's up, fam? You chilling with your boy Moeketsi, my man, aka Max for maximum temperature. I am the son of Mother Nature.
Ako sa namhlakaze re berekisa generator.
Let's go.
My name is NommyP. Umkabayi kamakosazana.
Hang out with myself, the one and only MOOCEE list. My name is MooCee list on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, stepping in the spot like she own it. Looking like the world is your runway. She can set it off like a gunplay. Oh my, yeah. Talk of the city with that body. Always getting praised like it's Sunday. She said, baby, what you gonna do about it? Loving your vibe, girl. That energy got me going. Yeah, that thing's so vibrant. I wanna know if you can give me the keys to your heart, baby. All I need is you. All I need.
Each and every morning we choose to wake up with peace, purpose, and of course impact. That's what we choose right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Your energetic start to your day, accompanied by a daily dose of positivity. A very good morning to everyone who has just joined us to hang out with us until the hour 10 o'clock. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning, and as we always say on a Tuesday morning, that there is something that you need to choose. We choose impact, we choose purpose, so we want to know from you, what are you choosing this morning? Let us know what are you choosing, of course, by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show on YouTube, and you can also send your voice note on 0604933226. That's 0604933226. Today, of course, we wake up. It's a different day in South Africa, as it is the 30th of June, the last day of the month. Outside, of course, there are protests that are going to be taking place, and we wish that everyone, they become safe and make sure to take precautionary, advices out there in terms of staying safe and not get yourself in the mess and the chaos, as of course we are promoting unity as Africans and as South Africans. But of course, our normal day-to-day program continue, which is the Vooka Breakfast Show. Connect with us across all social media platforms, as we want to engage with you so that we can make this a beautiful morning and kickstart our week ahead, and this morning ahead of us with some great energy. And my name is Moeketsi, my man, and I'm happy and excited to be with you throughout. You know that we always give you something nice, which we call picture of the day, just to enhance your bucket list so that you can travel to different places. So without wasting any of your time, you're seeing pictures behind me and you're asking yourself, what are we highlighting? We're highlighting NommyP National Park, located in the Northern Cape. It's a world renowned for its breathtaking wildflower displays, stretching across rugged mountains, sandy plains, and coastal dunes. The park is a home to more than 3,500 plant species, many unique to the region. Visitors can explore scenic drives, hiking trails, and coastal section with its unspoiled beaches. Beyond flowers, the park offers rich biodiversity, including reptiles, small mammals, and bird life. It's a seasonal wonderland that transforms into a living carpet of blossoms, drawing nature lovers and photographers from across the globe. That is, of course, the NommyP National Park. So I hope that it is added to your bucket list, so that whenever you get some spare time or free time to travel together with your friends and family, you can go and explore the atmosphere of what the place has to offer. So that's what we have for you this morning in terms of your picture of the day. What we're gonna do right now is to take a short break, and then when we come back, we'll give you all your latest sports and news headlines. once again, a very good morning. These are some of your top stories making headlines this morning. Starting off with your first headline, anti-immigrant protest flare across South Africa. South Africa is facing rising tension as anti-immigrant protests erupt nationwide ahead of a self-imposed deadline for undocumented foreigners to leave. Authorities have deployed security forces and warned against violence, while several groups highlight widespread fear and displacement among migrant communities already affected by the unrest. On your next headline, O'Sullivan says SAPS crime links not new. Forensic investigator Paul O'Sullivan has told a commission that organized crime infiltration within the police is not new. He claims corruption and political interference in the SAPS date back many years, challenging recent claims that these issues were only recently exposed. Your next headline, Steenhuisen disappointed after the DA demotion. Former DA leader John Steenhuisen has expressed deep disappointment after being demoted in a cabinet reshuffle led by Gordon Hill-Lewis. He says the move broke a personal agreement and has described it as both a professional and personal setback. On your last news headline, South Africa braces for a bitter winter chill. A cold snap is sweeping across South Africa, bringing frost, fog, and low temperatures to several provinces, while not severe warnings have been issued. Authorities urge caution, especially for motorists facing reduced visibility during early morning travel. On your next headline, a new tobacco bill signals major smoking changes. South Africa's proposed tobacco bill is moving closer to becoming law, with sweeping challenges planned for smoking and vaping. The legislation aims to introduce stricter controls, including public smoking bans, plain packaging, and tighter rules on advertising and sales. That's all for your news headline. Heading over to your sports news, starting off with football news. Paraguay stunned Germany in a dramatic World Cup shootout. Paraguay knocked Germany out of the FIFA World Cup in a chaotic penalty shootout after a high-scoring and unpredictable match. Both sides traded goals throughout the contest before the game went all the way. With missed penalties and tension defining the finish, Paraguay ultimately held their nerve to secure a famous victory and send one of the tournament favorites crashing out. Your next headline, Erasmus praises Detroit after standout transformation. Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus has credited Bath Rugby for transforming Thomas Detroit into a world-class tightened prop. Erasmus highlighted the player's development and consistency, noting how this time abroad has improved his technique and impact at an international level. Detroit is now seen as a key asset for South Africa ahead of the upcoming competition. In tennis news, Sinner survives a 5-set scare in Wimbledon opener. Defending champion Yannick Sinner battled through a tough 5-set match against Miomir Kecmanovic to advance at Wimbledon. The Italian was pushed to the limit in a tense first-round encounter, showing resilience under pressure to come through. Despite the early scare, Sinner keeps his title defense alive heading into the next round. That's all for your news and sports headlines. If you want to share your thoughts and sentiments on these headlines, you can use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show or send us your voice note on 060-493-3226. For now, let us take a short break and then we'll be back with your latest market rates and your weather update.
Where you left me empty, and when I think about it, get a little emotional, knowing that we might never ever be close to loving. Help me, I wanna be more than just a friend. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. Help me, I don't wanna be just a one night stand. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. Help me, I wanna be more than just a friend. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. Help me, I don't wanna be just a one night stand. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. Sober up, think it's time for me to sober up, 'cause I don't know what I should do with all these feelings. Don't wanna be needy, too in love. Maybe maybe I am just too in love. Baby, all I know is I can't make you stay, but don't just walk away. Help me, I wanna be more than just a friend. I'm looking for closure, so baby, pull me closer. Help me, I don't wanna be just a one night stand. I'm looking for closure, so baby, pull me closer.
And of course, it's exactly 21 minutes past 8. You're still hanging out with us right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, the 30th of June 2026. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. Not any Tuesday, but a Tuesday day, which we encourage you to choose something. What are you choosing this morning? Are you choosing impact? Are you choosing yourself? Are you choosing your partner? Are you choosing your friends? Or are you choosing your family? We want to know right there, because we always choose to keep you warm on these cold mornings. My name is Moeketsi, my man. Happy, of course, and excited to hang out with you until the hour 10 o'clock. And you know that we can always engage by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Right now, we are live on YouTube. We are also live on Underground Radio. And to enhance the experience of listening to the Vooka Breakfast Show, you can simply download the app yourself. It is both available on Android and on iOS. If you want to send us a voice note, the WhatsApp line is open for calls and for voice note. Dial the number 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226 for your voice notes. Of course, we are getting deeper into the dilemma for today, dilemma of what is taking place, and we are going to be keeping you updated. And if, of course, you have outside updates that you want to warn people about, you can come through. But you know, starting your day on a very high energetic note with some positivity is what we always try to give you. So we're going to be unpacking, and of course, talking about interesting discussions. We need you in the conversation. Join in and hop on the conversation as we are about to have some fun and warm ourselves up. Yes, it's still June and it's still cold. So, of course, one thing that you need to do around this time and around this season is to keep yourself as warm as you can. Diving deep, of course, into what you need to expect if you are heading out, if you are outside. We need to just give you a weather update. Weather update in terms of how things are looking like right now. So I think my view is taken out, Mr. B. I think the view right there on YouTube can just quickly switch to me right there. Thank you so much. Okay, just giving you some of your latest weather update in terms of what you need to expect for this morning. If you are in Johannesburg, you're currently experiencing 12 degrees with clear skies. And if you're in Cape Town, you're currently experiencing 9 degrees with clear skies. If you're in Durban, it's 18 degrees with overcast clouds. And lastly, if you are in Pretoria, you're currently experiencing 14 degrees with some clear skies. So that is the weather for this morning. If anything comes, any updates in terms of your weather update and your weather changes, we will let you know. And then heading over to your market rates for this morning, just to look at your commodities and how the rand is doing with other currencies, because of course there's a lot of traveling in terms of what is taking place with the World Cup and other tournaments, sporting tournaments and sporting events out there. The Wimbledon is also taking place and people are traveling in and out. So this is what you need to expect if you want to trade your rand with other currencies out there. So starting off with your US dollar, it's currently trading at 16 rands 42 cents, and the Great British Pound is currently trading at 21 rands 72 cents. And the euro is currently trading at 18 rands 72 cents. The Japanese yen is currently trading at 10 cents. Then heading over to your commodities for this morning, gold is currently at 43,500 rands, and one barrel of Brent crude oil will just cost you 1,550. And lastly, it's the Bitcoin. It's currently at 1,250,000 rands. So that's what we have for you this morning in terms of our morning commodities and market rates. So of course we will be back tomorrow with your latest updates, same time, same place, Wednesday morning on the Vooka Breakfast Show. But with that being said, of course, we just continue to give you that dose of positivity. Hang out with us as it will be a very interesting morning. Speaking of interesting, you know that I'm not always alone, making sure that you are warm wherever you are. Joining me is the one and only Mr. B. How's it going, my good sir?
Yeah, Mo. All is well. I feel tired, but I'm happy to be here. It's the 30th, man. But we'll see how things unfold for the day. But other than that, I'm doing good. Hopefully, the Vooka Nation at home is also doing good. There's quite a lot that's in store for you today. Yeah. Because obviously it is March and this is a national protest. Because it's not just happening in one place, but various parts of South Africa, that's where the protest will be taking place. But as mentioned yesterday, we hope that the information that we gave the Vooka Nation pertaining your constitutional right, or what is a protest, you are allowed to protest, you are allowed to march, but just as long as it's done peacefully, right? But we'll see, because the marches have been taking place prior to today. So we'll see how it unfolds today. But obviously for me now, I'm more interested in the aftermath. We'll see after this march has taken place, in as far as illegal immigrants, what is it that the country will do pertaining that? So looking forward to that. I mean, I can't join the march, but I'll say it, that this is something that the movement in itself,
you support it.
That if you're undocumented, then come back, most all right. Most all right.
Interesting. And of course, for some people this morning, they see this day as tension, right? Tension is going to rise amongst the South African citizen as they're going to be fighting illegal immigrants. But of course, there are so many things pertaining what is happening, and there are so many organizations that have came through with information that will keep you informed of what this day is all about, because they don't want any disruptions, they don't want any chaos, they don't want to incite violence, right, using the name of protest, because that's why they use the word protest. I think that's something that we also need to be wary of. No one says, guys, let's go out there and do it, because I feel like those are two different, ways. As much as they mean one thing, but do is like, you know what, we are going all out and we are going to ban things out there. Maybe violence also can erupt right there,
especially damage of property as well. So vandalism is it's a big one, and I think that's, for me, that's the major concern, where there's been talks in the past where, let's say, for example, local spaza shops, there's words like mabahambi, we don't want expired goods, and then the next thing
we take the same expired
we take the same expired foods, right? So I'm just hoping that none of that happens today. But again, we'll see. But another thing that's interesting is that my daughter didn't go to school. She's here locally, so for me the risk isn't that much. So it got me wondering, Mo, that do people, on a day like this, do people stay at home or do they show up more especially when it comes to unexpected workday dilemmas.
Yeah.
This could also be like, your college students,
Yeah.
where most would be like, what, I need a school win because of what's happening, right? I mean, it is a normal day.
Yeah, it's a normal day for
But for some people, they could use that. So this morning, your alarm goes off and your phone is already buzzing with messages. And some say that today is different from any other day. I mean, it's not a holiday, but it's different.
Yeah.
So others will say it's business as usual, right? So what do? Do you stick to your routine or do you change things up? Because this morning throughout South Africa, there's group chats that March and March is happening, and also when you talk to your colleagues at work, some say I'm going in. Others are like, nah. For me, it's not safe because I use taxis and I don't want to find myself in the thick of things. So people decide, you know what, I'm not going to work, or I'm not going to school. So I'm wondering more if you've ever used a day like today as an excuse not to go to school or not to do something that's part of your regular routine.
I don't think I have, because I do my research, right? I do my research, and if I have not gotten any communication, whether from school or from my workplace, then for me it's the normal day, right? I won't say just because my superior or my lecturer did not communicate, it means ustakile wherever he is. No, I'm just going to take it as a normal day, because these protests are different protests. And we've been watching and we've been reading articles that this is all about removing illegal. It's not to say, guys, if you see an illegal immigrant out there, beat them to pulp. So it's a different one. So when taxis strike, that one's different. That one is different.
But you see, here's the thing. Taxis, they strike, and then they go on strike, and when all along train or you use other means of transport. Yes, it's true that when taxis do go on strike, that whatever other alternative means of transportation will slightly be burdened. But let's say in J, when your brother drops you off, and then because of the taxi strike, you decide to die. You know what? A strike here, so I'm not going.
Let me not go there.
Let me not go, right?
Yeah.
Because some people take the opportunity to
use that as an excuse.
Like, for example, as I mentioned this morning, that my daughter didn't go to school. And it's not something I decided. It's not because there's no water at the crèche. I don't know if it's the driver. I mean, it's something I didn't investigate. It's only this morning where I'm like, why? Right? The teachers traveling from far, like, what's the story?
So the teachers at the daycare, did they communicate?
That's the thing I need. That's the thing I need to find out.
People are tired.
It could have been the transport driver.
Nice. Yes, strike today. And when you're just here local. You're just fetching kids local, so you can't use that as an excuse to say, "Hey guys, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean also. For me, I think personally it might be a thing of maybe I'm the only one who's using like different modes of transport. Maybe I walk to work, and then you'll find that my colleagues, 4 of them, the team that makes up the whole team, the Vooka team, travels using taxis. So I think right there it's something that I need to find out first, because I'm like, okay, the ones that are affected, how about them? Yeah, because I can't come to work alone. Sometimes it defeats the whole purpose.
I can see, well, depending on the work, of course, but you were hired alone. So much HR must say, no, why didn't you come? It's because of
my colleagues. My colleagues didn't. Yeah.
So that's the dilemma. That's the dilemma this morning, and there are different perspectives or views rather of how people see this. But the first one is that some people see unexpected days like this as a chance to pause and reflect, right? So the atmosphere feels like it's a holiday, man.
Yeah.
It feels like
empty out there.
Yeah, it feels like it's a holiday. Empty. So don't go to school, don't go to work. If there's an opportunity for you to work from home, that's if you're doing office jobs, then 100%. If you are making use of taxis, more especially if they go through central places like your North or Pri.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of makes sense. It will be a hotspot.
Yeah.
Right? So you might want to not go or use that as an excuse. But so people just take the chance to pause and reflect.
But also, this was, I think it was well coordinated. It was well planned because schools are closed right now, right? So they maybe took an extent of finding out, okay, when are schools closing? Because we don't want to cause, eruption, because we know that there are some people in schools who incite these, behaviors whereby, hey, but it's pumeni. Then you see school children outside, they, participating in things that don't need them. Then you find school kids, they're just loitering around, and someone in jail from whatever. So to schools will go around and say, hey, go out, just like these other organizations do, just knocking, kids off school. So it's like, okay, guys, let's wait for holidays and make sure that this will be directed exactly to people who want to be part of it. You won't see school kids out there, on the march.
Yeah. I mean, look, mind you might more actually, because Abona job is Kolos value. And if one believes and shares the same sentiments about what the march stands for, you'll see them. But speaking of schools, I mean, so then it doesn't make sense why she's not going to school, right? But in contrast to what you mentioned, there's also the work angle, and this is for many people, because some jobs, if you don't show up, that day gets deducted. And in the economy that we live in, a lot of people can't afford that, so they show up. Strike, they find ways, live club, they go to work, right? So Gubo this day means nothing. I still need to go to work because I get paid on a daily basis for showing up, number one.
And you also get paid, to use different modes of transport. Pella, your work contract doesn't stipulate you have to use a taxi.
Exactly.
And if taxis are on strike, then we are going to pay you that money for not coming because, you were not supposed to come because of the taxi strike.
Yeah, but I remember back in school, I would use days like this where it's like, hey, guys, so I'm not going to school. And I think, the parents would understand. But also, Mo, on the personal side, others feel moments like this are about choice, flexibility, and responding to what's happening around you. In my situation, as mentioned, like I don't think crash is harmful, right? It's not like there's a group of people shooting Abantu in Dobsonville. That's different. I mean, if it's happening, let's say, in another part of the country that's not closer to us, then I would still say, hey, let's go to school, right? But if it's closer to us, then it makes sense. But I mean, for me, especially because it's in my surrounding and I feel like it's safe, then why not? Why not do it, right? But then also there's the real balance. Studies often show that while people value purpose and flexibility, stability and routine remain top priorities, making this a real balancing act, right? So I'm curious this morning, Vooka Nation, to find out, at the end of the day, we know it's about balance and knowing when to be flexible and when to stay grounded. So what is your move? So I want to hear this morning, how do you handle unexpected workday curveballs like today? Do you call in sick? Do you call in and say, guys, nyeza, no matter what? But how do you handle this? I mean, if there's a student in the house, college or a crash or whatever, how do you guys handle such unexpected dilemmas?
I mean, one thing about me, like, I think I took it from my dad. I grew up watching news, right? And I feel like people watch news, with different angles and into what they want to get from the news themselves. So I know that there are a lot of people who don't ask themselves questions in terms of, okay, how is this going to affect me?
Yes.
Do I need to be part of this? How is this going to affect my day today? To say, okay, there's a protest that is going on. That's why, as we mentioned, that some people, they try to find excuses to say, you know what, hey guys, just try There was a time where I think it was NUMSA. NUMSA took it to the streets. They were protesting, and of course they were protesting for the workers and the employees were protesting, right? And so what the journalist was doing was going around and asking questions to say, why are you here?
Why are you here?
So this lady was like, hey, minanga, so I'm part of this march because understand? So it's those kind of things that, okay, when now you're saying you're not coming to work because there's a protest, but how does it affect you? And what is the protest about? We watch news, and I think it's this time whereby you just give yourself some time to watch, because not everything on the news is negative, or it's propaganda, or it's set to promote bad things out there, or to make you someone who feels scared. But sometimes there's genuine people who come and report, because there are people who watch news to say, guys, we want to give you this information in terms of what is going on. So those different approaches that we talk about is what people need to say, okay, how am I going to approach this? You're approaching this because of there are people protesting, and you don't even know what's the protest about. When you're asked, what do you think the protest for today is about? You don't even have an idea what's going on. So it's these kind of things that we are trying to understand, to say, well, now you took a day off, but you don't understand what is going on.
Plus also the opportunists out there. Look, they might not incite violence or vandalism.
Yes.
But as soon as something pops off, you see people in their gowns, buying a looter. Yeah, but like, how though? Because you are out here vandalizing property, you are looting. So, Nami, I don't subscribe to that WhatsApp group, Uguti. We should use violence.
And with the education, of course, that is being given out there. Yesterday, I came across Julius Malema. He had a press conference, and like, he honestly asked that, guys, okay, these people, your fellow brothers, as he calls them, your fellow brothers and sisters, 300, I think it was 500, how many? I don't remember. I think it was 300. 300 Ghanaians were repatriated and they went back to their country. And he asked the question to say, okay, these 300 people are gone now. Show me 300 people who are employed today, because the main aim of this is to remove illegal foreigners so that people in South Africa can get jobs. So he was like, if you remove these 300 people, show me 300 people who were employed.
So I'm really disappointed, Mo. I mean, if those were his words, like, I am, absolutely, because the thing here is that obviously when we're talking about economic empowerment, that is somewhat saturated between people that are citizens of SA, people that are legally in the country that have a work permit that contribute towards the economy, as well as undocumented foreigners that saturate the entire economic landscape. Then by removing individuals that are not eligible, that don't have a work permit, obviously it leaves a gap. Let me give you an example. So, for example, if there are a simple thing like, the ladies in the corner that do hair, right? So, fine, let's just imagine 300 of them are now gone. What this means is that there are 300 individuals out here that still want to do their hair, so they need to go somewhere. The question is, where do they go now? So it means that they are now narrowing down the options at which they can go to. And if one of those individuals is a South African, then I think it is a win. So then for our leaders, people like Obo Julius, I think in this case, this is where they should now step in and say, if we get rid of undocumented foreigners, what does this mean for the economy, and how can we capitalize and corner the market so that we are able to have a sustainable income for our South Africans? Another example is this spaza shop business, right? Where I know personally there's been a lot of initiatives where they've been pushing South Africans to open spaza shops, not just from like lip service, but something that they're actually doing, where they are programs and workshops and all of that. So if something similar happens where, hey guys, there's opportunities now, because I know I don't want to go to a ShopRite or a mall to go buy bread, right? So there is an opportunity for South Africans to open shops. Then I think Leo 300 will come and occupy that number. Right? So but I'm disappointed if he really said that.
And I think for politicians, they try to find and use this situation just to ridicule everything that is going on, right? And we cannot shy away that they also want to benefit from this. To say,
absolutely.
if these people are here, there's a way of benefiting. There's a way of making sure that their parties and whatever organization that they have, they benefit from these things. So if he comes, and say those kind of words, obviously some people will, agree with him. Some people will disagree with him.
This goes back to what Kat mentioned about spending time and talking about the Freedom Charter. Because it is the people that will govern, right? And I think if this message gets drilled, like it gets really knocked inside our heads, then you will realize, but when as a leader, you are there because you are elected. And if we feel you are not serving the nation at large, then we as the people govern right? So we need to spend time and understand these things, because this was something that was done more than 50 years ago. But the people will govern, right? So if it's not serving the nation, then what are you doing? Right? So something we need to definitely look into.
The people shall govern. So of course that's the conversation that we are having this morning, the stay at home dilemma, of course, that is taking place. Such days like this, do you not question, or do you just stay at home and then you will see the next day, okay, the protest is over, guys, I couldn't come to work because of this is what was happening. At the end of the day, it's about balance, knowing when to be flexible and when to stay grounded. So what's your move this morning? We want to hear from you. How do you handle unexpected workday curveballs is what we want to know from you. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show is a hashtag you can use just to engage with us, and also our WhatsApp line is open for calls and for voice notes. 0604933226. That's the number that you need to dial. So right now we're going to take a short break, and then when we come back, there's some of the interesting things, of course, that took place in history that you and I will learn after this short break. So don't go anywhere and do not switch that dial.
Stepping in the spot like she own it, looking like the world is your runway. She can set it off like a gunplay. Oh my, talk of the city with that body, always getting praised like it's Sunday. She said, baby, what you gonna do about it? Loving your vibe, girl, that energy got me going. That thing's so vibrant. I wanna know if you can give me the keys to your heart, baby. All I need is you. All I need is you. You right next to me. Moji mule na vanemia yila. Vanemia yila. She need me like heartbeats. Drive me the bed like a RV. Hugging the curves on that body. She bring the heat like wasabi. Promise not to test your heart. Never, we just can't be kept apart. Yeah. the best by far. Always go the extra mile. Yeah, yeah.
What's up, fam?
Chilling with your boy Moeketsi, my man, aka Max for maximum temperature. I am the son of Mother Nature. Let's go.
Famous NommyP, umkabayi kamakusazana.
Hang out with myself, the one and only MooCee list. My name is MooCee list. On the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Brothers and sisters!
Check this out.
High definition radio. The underground.
Shall we proceed?
So, every day on the Vooka Breakfast Show, we give you knowledge, wisdom, and things to think about. But sometimes it's possible that we can come through with a question because it's not like we know everything, right? And this morning, I am one of those individuals that seeks clarity or seeks answers because there's something that's bugging me and I need to somewhat understand it a little bit better, right? So, born in 1989, 37 this year, and I've seen that there are generational differences where, we probably are the last generation to experience what it's like to play outside fully to experience the joys of having a TV tube, right? Then transition to my flat screens. But also, we are the generation where when our parents came back from work, there were expectations that the dishes and some of these house chores have to be done, right? And I'm seeing the differences right now. So yesterday I was spending time with a friend and he spoke to me about a problem he's having where he's got a niece that's currently staying with him. And he saw that the niece makes use of excuses in the form of a condition that she has in order for her not to perform some of her house chores, things like dishes, whatever we would consider as hard, right? I mean, we grew up doing that. I grew up at least doing that, where I know at my grand's place, the stoop outside, it's one of those that ran across the 4 rooms. So it's not just in the front, but it was in the front and it led all the way to the gate and then around the house as well. So it was quite big. And it was red and black. So you had to apply black polish, red polish, and then let it dry.
The flavor. I don't know what the English equivalent is. Have you done that, Mo?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I have done that.
I don't know.
And then you would create these custom knee pads.
Sure.
But that's the work that we grew up doing.
Definitely.
my question this morning, guys, is that with some conditions like ADHD, I don't know if we have somehow allowed kids or anyone to act out of character and allow it, and then blame it or use a condition as to the reason why that individual is acting that way. Because again, coming back to growing up, because whenever you have to do things that you don't like, you act up. But then when it's time for you to watch Popeye or do other things that you enjoy, then you would do that, right? So that's the question, where are we using conditions as excuses? And we've seen this with adults, where it's like
slow
or like they pushed my buttons, and then this is the reason why I'm acting like this way, right? So that's the question I'm asking this morning, where gimme doesn't make sense. But again, we've had people come through here to talk
who
about
have those conditions,
neuro diversity, and all of that stuff. But I don't know, man. I just feel like to a certain degree,
I don't know. It's a very tricky one, Mr. P. I'll tell you that much. It's quite a tricky one.
It's not.
It is, Mo. It is. Firstly, let's talk about the actual people who really do genuinely suffer from those conditions, right? Because there are people like that. Like you just mentioned, we've had them in studio, right? Can we agree on that?
Okay.
They are, right?
How though? How? Because I see this as a clutch where it only comes out when you feel like,
when you have to do something, when you have to contribute. You just come here, you play with whatever that we are playing with. But now, when it's tough days, your ADHD pops up.
We've had one person sitting right where you are sitting next to me, who
was triggered with lights and
right. We have, and we saw that it's a genuine thing. So are we disputing? I want us to be on the same page.
I think that one is a different one compared to you doing house chores every time when you have to
before
do something.
I'm getting to that. Before I want us to agree that there is a spectrum.
Yes, there is.
Right?
There is.
Because if there wasn't, then there wouldn't be institutions to take care of those people, and people be trained to take care of those people. Can we agree on that?
Yes, we can agree on that.
I agree, but at the same time, there is what I would call things that are useless, where it doesn't make sense. We have these, like a big farmer, for example, where they produce medicine in bulk, and then this medicine doesn't actually do anything.
Fair.
It just has the placebo effect. So for the mere fact that there are people that are trained to do this does not necessarily mean the problem actually exists.
Okay.
Right?
Fair.
Yeah.
No, that's a different conversation.
So the premise here is that why is it that Magmelo Wenze izinto, right? You act up, but when you find pleasure in certain things, you don't act up.
There's no acting up. At a surface level, scraping off the top, we could identify it as khosa. You're just being silly. You're being naughty.
Yes.
Right? On a surface level. But also, I don't want us to be at a point where we also dispute that there are people who are on the spectrum. I've worked with kids who are on the spectrum. I've seen them on a day-to-day basis. You are not the same as you were yesterday. Sometimes people still do babongwana very genuinely so. It is being naughtiness and it's naughtiness of a child but also
so if I'm down young,
yes,
right?
I'm getting to that.
It's not the same.
Sure, I'm getting to that.
Then what's that?
I'm getting to that. That before and we've had a similar situation. You yourself as an uncle have had a situation. I have had a situation like that, and I'm sure more as an uncle as well, right? Where then I would look to the parent before I look to the child. Because this is a child who, at that age, at that point, I don't think can fully compute and comprehend what is happening. You understand? And so, if and your nephew or niece has come over to your house, and it's like, but how though? Where is the parent in all of this? Before we understand, because developmentally so, the child has to be taught at certain stages, at certain ages, and it's going to feed into the conversation we're going to have later on, the varying degrees of adulthood, right? how is it that at the age of 10, the child has not yet been taught basic skills, basic home skills of sweeping the floor, being able to not to wash the dishes of the house, but your dish after eating.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? There's basic. These are not even chores for one. These are basic human chores that you as an adult are going to need one day. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And so, the one contributing factor and variable that's coming up for me is that, firstly, we need not, I think at least, dispute that there are people who are on the spectrum. There are children who are on the spectrum who need special attention and special ways of parenting, right? A parent themselves needs to be trained. Your child is not like every other child out there. They are on the spectrum. They are neurodivergent, right? But secondly, whether or not the child is on the spectrum, we then look to the parent. Or is the child genuinely suffering from a condition of sort?
But how old is the niece?
16.
16. That's why sometimes there's fundamentals that we need to look for when it comes to chores, because there are people who are not disciplined generally. This also comes with the discipline that someone has. If maybe you know this child is disciplined and they always do this, and then one day they act up and say, "Ish, I hide dishes," then you need to question the narrative. Where is this coming from? Because once someone says, "Guys, I can't do this because I have ADHD," that's the problem we have with society. People are self-diagnosing themselves. Once you start seeing people self-diagnosing, that's where the problem starts. Because now you are making excuses now.
But even on a much larger level, with the whole diagnosis of ADHD, it's true, people are self-diagnosing. Abanye bane OCD,
right here.
OCPD, right?
Yeah.
Where these people are perfectionists and whatnot. But here's the thing, man. I honestly think, Uguti, this is just a push so that people will be allowed to act out of character.
Yeah.
Yes, Bakhon, I agree. And you can see in like extreme cases.
Sure.
But in Gunezinya, where it's like, but regulate yourself.
Yes.
Like be taught how to handle tough situations, and whenever you face them, know that you are in control, right?
Sure.
So I honestly, with yesterday, because it's also a spiritual guide, it's like, sure, we can pray, ne? And if we consider, we think Uguti, she may be possessed, we pray, but here's the thing, even the Bible itself talks about when demons are being cast out, what happens is that they go to an abyss, right, where they go and find 7 other more deadlier spirits, and if they come back and they see that the house is still swept and unoccupied, then they will come back and possess, and then the person becomes worse. The same is true with alcohol, where it's like you're opening a portal, and if you have not installed an antivirus, something takes over you.
Absolutely.
Right? So Nalana, it's as though I'm giving you permission. Because in a condition, it's like let her cool down.
It's this thing. You are you mentioned the word yesterday, and I always forget this word. There's complacency, but we're also
allowing. Man.
No, but yes, allow. But there's this word, man.
Enabling.
Yeah. And so, in most of these cases, or those kinds of situations and scenarios, Mr. P, I barely look at the child. I barely ever look at the child. I look at the parent. I look to the parent. If a 5-year-old umpilo udlala estradeni ngo-7 o'clock, where are you? Like, where are you? I'm sorry, guys, I'm not a parent, but like, we were raised by very strict parents. Like, where are you? Where are you, Mr. B? Right? And so if your nephew or niece is visiting over to your house, as is holidays right now, and they don't have basic chores, where is your sibling? Where is your sibling? Umpilo makaya kuDumsana or Guneli or Guzinzi, where are you though? Like, what have you and Usmami been doing all of this time? Not at the age that they are at, they haven't been taught developmental skills of basic chores. Basic. How do we get at? We were taught, Mr. P, you would know. I've been mentioning.
It's not like we liked doing the dishes, but we did them.
We did.
You don't have to like it.
Because to make matters worse, So they had that back and forth.
Sure.
Right? And then eventually she goes upstairs and
What
she
you
did,
already
she did
upstairs?
she did some self-harm.
Go to your room.
She did some self-harm.
To herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, where now Masega figure it's like, but what's really going on here? Is this a way for you to get what you want?
Yeah.
So that to avoid this happening next time, I would then say, hey, rather than me pushing you to the point where eventually you do self-harm, because
Yeah.
you're on the spectrum, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think these things, Mr. B. This it's a very tricky line, Mr. Mo. It's a very tricky
That's
line.
what I really want to understand, because
Yes.
I've seen like a spectrum. I've seen it,
Yes.
and I've seen
parenting
one where, like right here in our own yard, there's a child. I think she's on the spectrum, right?
Sure.
Well,
What's here, this guy? Look out, Magashi Moeketsi, guys.
I mean, even the aunt it looks like she's on the spectrum.
Hey guys, they can see you. Disclaimer, none can see you.
No, but
I
you
hear
can
what you're
see
saying.
it. You can see it. And then Guna Labo, where you function fine, and then hey, it's time for you to do your 2 hours of social media.
And you're up and going.
And then you don't act up.
You're up and going.
I feel like
I also learned something that now I don't bother people who are on the spectrum, because they also see me on the spectrum. Because once you go and bother them, then you're going to do a lot of shift in their lives. Because whatever by Yenzai, just leave them be. Trust me, there's going to be peace. Once you start now, meddling in their business to say, hey man, the way you do things, man, and the way it's going to cause a lot of problems, because so many of us are trying to correct things, not knowing that, okay, that person, when you're on a spectrum, do you know that they also see you on a spectrum?
There's no
Because
such.
according to them, we are now.
but
I'm telling you.
But more, there's adults that we've worked with where they
Now,
can't-
but
they can't it's true what he's saying. But here's the thing, when I've seen Uguti, when hits the fan, right?
Yeah.
When my ada.
Yeah, when Ma'ara hits the fan, that's when all of a sudden they are.
Yeah.
Uguti, I'm
But I
this.
have a condition.
I've got a condition.
Yeah, no. I think
you do this thing. You like uhambo spank abantu.
I think
and then you come back and you say
you use it as a crutch. I think with some adults, and that's why we have kids now who are able to use that as an excuse as well, right? Because we have seen adults who want to manipulate a situation or people using their conditions.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not right. Yes, it's not right. It's not right, right? So, but when it comes to the child, Mr.
Who
B,
has ever said that?
No, you would. No,
there are people who would
think about
do
it.
that.
Think about it, Mr.
No,
B.
but they will literally say those words.
No, I've had a girlfriend, a friend's girlfriend, get us out of trouble by pretending that she's pregnant with the cops years ago. I think about 9 years ago, actually. Yeah.
But being
9 years
pregnant
ago
is not a condition.
No, I'm just making an example. I'm making an example. In a friend group, right? We're in Durban somewhere or whatever, we're driving, and we are under the influence. Bafethu litaba gore MooCee amnati re tlo tsho ya puti poisa askisi lo puti simkitimisi kumela esibhedlela icondition yakhe nami beke zo bafethu akomnati nami just to pretend to exactly, but it's a complacency thing on adults, but also on parents. It's an enabling thing, I think. That's why I rather look at the parent before I come to the child, because even at the age of 16, yes, you are slightly older, but developmentally, so you are a child. So before ke batla go tlotla lwena and want to find out where is your level of regulation, I look to your parent.
Well, that might be the first place.
Sure.
But here's what I've seen, Mo. And Mr. Uzotola umzali, they do everything according to the book. I don't know how, but then the child just becomes different.
Yeah.
They just become different. or even inside a family setting.
You can't predict your child's outcome.
That's
on
what I've
you have
seen, because
taught them.
I've always said, kids are like it's individuals. And Mo once made a joke, when you see young kids playing, it's like they came back, these individuals, right?
I agree.
So it's like, I don't know, man. It's as if maybe you brought someone
back.
Yes.
No, but I'm sorry.
Now, as a parent, you don't see yourself.
Mara, I'm sorry, guys. I can't blame the child. I really cannot blame the child. Even at the age of 16, I can't. Even if you claim that you've done everything according to the book, it means
but think
there's
back
some.
to when you were 16.
I was a rebel. Yes, and I want to rebel.
But okay, I say you want Kavel.
Sure. Sure.
What do you do?
How were you taught? Yeah, but yes.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Why is the child comfortable in wanting to manipulate you to that extent, on that level? How is he or she getting to that point?
Influenced.
You see, some kids keep their parents hostage because
then I look to you, Mr. P.
Because
Fine.
Because they attempted suicide.
Yes.
So magati. And then it's like, you know what?
Firstly, how did we get to that point? How did you get to that point? Guys, like, what world are we living in?
There's
there are parents that will say, look, I've done everything.
Yeah, but it means
because I think other cases we've seen, in our townships where, this girl will grow up shop. The next thing she gets exposed to the outside world. How 2 months later she's pregnant. Obviously she was not taught, because there's a way.
I agree, right?
So these kids now, when they see whatever that's happening, that thing gets to
absolutely
them.
We did grow up
Yeah.
Now
that you're in
yes, fair. We did grow up with those kinds of kids who were not allowed to play in the streets with the rest of us.
You barely see them.
Right? And I rounder. Instead of right? That type of thing. Just fair for 10 minutes in yana. It goes back to the parent. In our generation, and I'm sure Kanye would agree, right? Dikotane were a thing. I told Mo a while ago, Dikotane tsa khona no asi dikotane. So you would share a desk, let's kotane, 200 rand note, tear it up in front of your eyes. We grew up, we sat, we know what it was like being with those kids in class. We know that thing. In front of our eyes, right? But the thing is, Mr. B, why is the child feeling like that is the right thing to do? How? Where? Even in saying that,
something I can't explain.
Sure.
But you've heard tiwa umfundisi
akazala
Satan.
Absolutely. Akazala umfundisi.
But in this case, Satan.
Yes.
Where you don't know what you did as a parent because you think you did everything God.
Then it means somewhere in your parenting there's a flaw. You're flawed. There's a flaw. Before we blame Abana, I'm sorry, Mr. P. Before we blame Abana, what do you expect?
Nami, personally, when I was growing up, my own personal story. So parents will tell you that, Sheba, do your schoolwork. We'll do everything for you. Obviously, according to what is happening right now, not knowing Guti, you're going to grow up. Your needs now are going to change. From me, wanting that 650 or 250 shoe to a point that, there's an Adidas shoe, there's a Nike shoe. I want that 3,000 shoe. So those needs, they also now grow up to say, wait till I've enabled my child
absolutely. That's
so now,
the flaw.
what do we do?
That's being flawed. That's you as a parent.
So what do you have to do for your child then? If they want something?
Because it's not the child, that's you.
You have to cut ties. I can't be totally my child everywhere I go.
Then that's you. You are the person to blame. Why this is a 15-year-old who can't regulate. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? It's the nature of a child. Bana ba stoutu, bana ba sele.
Re ba isetsang ko sekolong because also school teaches kids to be disciplined.
Before we get to school, and this is where I think the problem is, Mr. Mo, that we want to put all the weight on the teachers. Or the teachers should teach. The child should come to school mannered already. We can't be teaching you manners. And there's 40 kids in a classroom. This teacher has six classes. 40 times 6 only one a tshwantsa rute bana bao bo botle di class 6 di manners o ko kae o le motswadi wena, where are you?
No, as
you
a
enable
parent,
the child. It
parents
means
are present,
but there's
they
a flaw
present.
by saying that I'm enabling my child, I'm buying them this.
Yeah,
This is
what
the soft
do you
parenting
need?
that I was talking about.
So
This is the soft parenting that we were talking about.
okay, so then if a child comes through, go at him and I've got a condition, what do you do?
We chat up.
See what I mean?
No, we chat up. We chat up. My condition.
No, that's how I always felt. And when you don't
we
understand,
chat up. If I'm a feelings,
you don't understand. I can't even talk to you as a
feelings.
parent.
You're not going to talk to me. You're not my friend.
That's how I feel.
You are a child.
That's how I feel.
You are a child.
That's how I feel.
I'm sorry. Here's the thing.
No, guys,
Here's the thing. Mr.
We're
P.
laughing, but
It's a serious thing.
It's a very
serious thing. It's a very serious thing in the sense that, Mr. P. And I think our parents got it right, but our parents got it wrong, but they also got it right.
No,
right?
In the sense that spare the rod. That's what they did.
Well, understand. Yeah. I'm not gonna hang out with you as if you are. What are you talking about? And this is where I was going to tie the conversation we're going to have in a little while. That the varying degrees of adulthood, in the sense, it also ties back to the conversation of what is the sweet spot of having a child.
Age-wise.
Age-wise. Remember when you had that conversation a couple of weeks ago? 19. By the time you're 41, your child is 19. Basically, you are raising yourself while you are raising this child. We'll understand. And so we'll get into the conversation. You'll hear what we're talking about, what I'm referring to. Did you really go through your 20s the way you were supposed to? With your counterparts and your age mates, while you were mutswadi. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
You're going to go through them through your child.
One understand. And now you're living vicariously through this child, and this is where the enabling comes in saying, hey, ngwana mara waiti o tshwantse o meletse. No, o meletsa eng? O meletsa eng? O momakala no ngwana when he or she threatens you and holds you hostage. Gore a o ntshengele khavela nyazibulala. O botatazela, o botse gore tsama. But before even we get to that point, how did we get to a point where a child feels right in holding you hostage as a parent? You're the adult in this house. How? What are we talking about, guys? How did we get to that point?
So maybe the Vooka Nation might be asking, and not in a way Yoguti they're being malicious, but
sure.
You know, once you have stepped into the shoes of being a parent,
sure.
Then there's a certain understanding.
That you have.
Because
Sure.
there's a song by something Konjuban, this guy Graham, ne?
Yeah.
Uti, if you've never because he wrote the song when he had his firstborn, Umtana, ne? And then if you've never loved someone and you don't have the fear of losing them, then you've never really loved. Yeah, Ushonjalo, if you don't fear losing someone, then you haven't really loved.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess being a parent, then only it's like, okay,
you can understand.
You know what I mean. But I've seen it. These kids hold parents, uncles and aunts hostage.
Yeah.
Everything.
The sad thing is that you cannot control what the world does to your child. Unfortunately,
that I can't. Absolutely. But what happens in my household? What happens in my household? Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry.
What like influence?
I am sorry. Even you see, when my brother became a parent, that's when I was not hands-on, but that was my first opportunity of being an uncle,
parenting, yeah.
of exercising my parenting skill of some sort to a certain degree. And my brother had his first child when I was 14, and then the second one was 4 years later. I was 18, right? These boys grow up, and we grew up, and I think all of us can relate because we grew up in households that were full of boys, right? So they're growing up, and I'm observing the style of parenting that my brother's wife and him execute. Very different. And how I'm stretching it as well is how him and I were raised from the matriarch that we grew up under, right? Yeah. And how I've observed the style of household that his wife comes from. And the type of household and the feeling and the environment that the parents created in that household, right? So I'm observing, and I'm trying to look for it. Is he taking how we were taught and how we were parented growing up and passing it on to them, or is he trying to develop a different style altogether on his own, right? And I saw that it's a different parenting style. Okay. It's a different parenting style that, to a certain extent, there were certain scenarios and situations where I didn't agree with it. But because I'm just an uncle, I had to take a step back. I could only advise or have an opinion, or really whoever. But because Hasingwana Waka, right? Directly so in terms of me giving birth to them, I couldn't have a say. Mara, I also taught them, when you're with Uncle MooCee, you're not going to do what you are doing with your parents. I don't allow this. I don't. If your mom and dad allows you to jump on this table, you're not going to do that in my presence. I'm sorry.
And then what happens if the child says, okay, cool, uncle?
They're even right there.
That's where it starts. You cut it as it begins, Mr. P. Because the enabling comes in. You know those types of parents. And then
now the child is used to that.
Absolutely, that's where the wrong comes in.
Reprimanding a child, obviously you won't win on the first day. Because they're used to this. Because obviously they're like, who are you now? I'm gonna ride this table.
I'm going to ride this table. We will see who's the adult between you and I. We will see. But anyway, I get right up. I really get right up.
Some of the comments were coming through right there. Z Kento saying a very good morning. Blessed morning, Vooka Nation, Underground Radio, DBN, an amazing breakfast team. Happy Tuesday as we end month of June. May July come with multiple blessings. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. A very good morning to you, Z. Kat says, Dumelang Vooka Nation, Dumela. Kat.
Hello, Kat, what Vooka?
Leshala, Letswala, Mulora. And she says, I was that child. I don't know.
She'll explain. It's these parables that we grew up with.
Obviously, like, it's Leshala. Then I think when you scrape it or whatever you do, obviously you get your Molorawa thing, ash. You get ash from the coal, right? So you as a parent, you are the coal. The ashes, that's your child right there. That's my understanding. I think so. Kat says, I was that child. Our gates were always locked. Timer was set when sent to the store. There is no manual to raising the child.
Truth.
That's what I've seen.
Yeah, no,
it is, guys.
There isn't.
Growing up, we've seen, the way we behave outside. Up until your friend will say, Antoine, let's go home. Then you see his behavior. So, like, it's different. So sometimes we fail, to regulate, to say, hey, Antoine, hey, now I'm home, to a point that it shifts now. The behavior outside now over, it comes above. It overpowers the one that you had. The reputation. I need to know lyric B outside. Then the lyric B comes inside. Now you start reprimanding your parents. Now you start being that child.
I think the difference, I would argue that notion, Mr. Mo, in saying that.
Oh my gosh, you go strategy.
Yeah, no. Fair, you remember that episode? I think in that notion, Mr. Mo, I would disagree with it in saying that if outside influence trumps what you were taught at home, it means the foundation at home was to start off with not solid enough. It wasn't solid enough. Those parables, a priest doesn't give birth to a priest. Those kind of parables and saying come from those kinds of teachings. If the foundation crumbles under outside influence, it means to start off with, it was not solid enough. And I can't look to the child.
Unfortunately, not every foundation.
It will, definitely. It will.
Unfortunately, not every foundation will be solid because if my parents, when I come back from school, no, I come back from school, mom knocks off around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock when
it matters not. The 2 minutes that you spend with
Who's
your
going
parents.
to be there?
The 2 minutes. The 2 minutes that you spend with your mom or your dad or your parents should be enough.
I want 5 hours.
It should be enough. And that's the conversation we had.
So you don't want to spend time as my dad?
Not what I don't want to spend time.
Yes, Dad, I need your time. I need your time.
Guys, kids,
like I need your time.
Like I mean, you guys witnessed the incident we had with my nephew, right?
Yeah.
For the most part, we joke around, but that day I was really upset.
Absolutely.
So, but I understand what you mean. But it's just that, I feel like my jurisdiction extends beyond even just being an uncle.
An uncle, absolutely, absolutely.
But yeah, Vooka Nation, we're talking about kids holding parents hostage because of not getting their way and using possibly a condition like ADHD as a clutch to get away with izinto. Like when they have to do dishes, now all of a sudden it's like what's in their condition.
Yeah.
Right? But when it's time for social media or going shopping,
there's no condition.
The condition is not there.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah. If you've ever been in that situation, let us know. Send through a voice note or a text and share with us, because I'm asking that question this morning because a friend of mine is going through something similar with his niece.
Yeah.
That whenever she has to do house chores, the condition pops up.
Yeah. I mean, these are some of the things that we need to learn at an early age, that you would have your soft skills and your hard skills. Right. You need both of them, whether you like it or not. I mean, we didn't grow up liking, no, I hated that thing with my whole heart because I wanted to go and play with my friends. Yep. So you were taught that before you go anywhere, you have to do something. You have to do something because one day you will be alone out there in the wild, and then you can't even take care of yourself, right? So these are some of the things that kids, need to learn nowadays. Yeah, and thing is, with the age of information, man, too much information can also be a distraction itself, because you don't know how to even use the information. When now you think you have ADHD, now you're using it as an excuse. That's the wrong way.
As a weapon. I want to excuse you. You're weaponizing your condition, which is wrong as well. So even in adults who do that, it's like, but why would I? That's bad habits and bad manners. Yep. And so if a child weaponizes a condition that they have, where did they learn that from? Where did they learn that from? Because children mimic our behavior as adults. They do, though, because the only way to compute this is Uncle Banele does this. It means this is the right thing to do. Yeah. Right? We've seen even in different cultures in different countries. For instance, in Asian culture, you take off your shoes when you walk into the. Why do we do that as Africans when we get to Asian cultures, to Asian countries that side? Why do we do that? Because it's a habit that they have instilled and drilled even in other people who visit their country. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And so before I come, I'm just making an example.
I don't know, Bomanyate.
I'm just making an example. But before I get to the child, Mr. B, and stop blaming the child and saying, hey, this child is naughty. It's in the nature of a child to be naughty. They're still developing. They're in those ages. They're learning.
There's also the age of accountability.
Absolutely.
Right? And it's been estimated that it's around the age of 12 or 13.
Yes.
Right?
Once you hit your teens. Yeah. Right? But foundation like,
let's have a discussion.
Sure.
Right?
Yes.
And I'll make sure, Uguti, you are well fed. There's this, that. All I need you to do is to study and do the dishes.
Yep. Right.
And then Sasa, you do the same thing. But anyway.
As we wrap up, of course, some of the comments were coming, and we have a voice note from a cat. But Z says, gentle parenting is costing us, because, wow, some kids think they're doing us a favor. Hey, timer. So,
because, because have you played it?
Yeah, I am about to play it right now.
Hi, Vooka Nation. I hope you guys are well. I think I'm like MooCee. I'm a very strict parent, and I raised my brother's kids when my brothers passed on. One of the kids was staying with my parents, and at some point in her teens, she was very naughty child. She threatened my parents by wanting to commit suicide. I had to go and buy a shambok. I bought a rope. I went home. I gave her the rope. I told her to do it. Yeah, and she never done that ever again. So some things they get them from the streets.
Absolutely.
And some things when they do them the first time and you don't reprimand them, it will be forever. There was an incident where my son's aftercare was robbed and they took his phone, and he had to ask the police officer to call me and explain what happened because he was scared that I was going to
flip out,
do something. Absolutely. Because he lost the phone. And when the police officer was explaining to me, he was crying in the background, not crying because they took the phone, but crying because mom is very strict.
Absolutely.
So I agree with MooCee. Kids remains kids. We can't be friends with our kids.
Absolutely. Ihange o batla mogalo mo kana kanang stulo se ke se se yang go go fe. Let me give you the chair now. Roof, let me make sure that this roof is secure now. Let me make sure that this roof is secure. We say now.
Don't damage my roof.
This is my house. I'll fix this roof. Let me make sure that this roof is solid so that you take care of yourself. That thing, where do you take that thing? Like, where did you learn it from? And that's why, Mr. Moeketsi, it's in the nature of the child to test the boundaries. Obviously, we've all done it to some extent on some level. We have all done it where we tested our parents. We test our parents. No, my friend Kwabone, they allow 1, 2, and 3. Why can't they allow it at my house? Let me go see. Yeah, let me go see. Let me go see. I remember my brother. I think I was probably 10 or 9 or something like that. He has friends over with my older cousins, right? And they're well in their 20s. My brother's 16 years older than me at this point. Well, has always been. It's as if at this point as if he's now not.
Are you catching up or is he slowing down?
So he's 16 years older than me. He's well in his 20s with my cousin and his other friends, and girls are around. So my brother was hosting at my house. My mother allowed it. Friends came over. So they're having their drinks, but obviously in a very respectful way, because we don't really come from a drinking family like that. We're open about it. The uncle and the kids and the nephews, everyone is drinking. We don't come from a household or a family. But each to their own. I'm not judging, by the way, guys. If you do that, we don't judge completely. I test the waters because there's a family on our street. I won't mention, but there's a family that drinks openly. They drink openly, and the kids will steal alcohol at home and come go strating, and they will want to share it with us. I didn't have a taste of alcohol. I don't know until when. Because I was scared. The same way that Kat's son is scared. I was scared because we don't. So I test the waters with my brother. My brother called me out on some papelas.
You still remember it till this
day. To this day. And my friends don't understand. I will never consume. I don't.
Wait, so Namanje?
I don't consume at home.
No,
openly so.
With him.
With him, no. I'll never sit with my brother like this and have a glass of wine or a glass of alcohol or whiskey. We're not friends. Yeah. We are not friends. We are not friends like that. We can have a drink. He has his friends. I have my own.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that's the thing that was instilled in us growing up.
I think these things work. Before you come in, quick one. So my older brother.
Sure.
It's a story I vividly remember. He starts dabbling with cigarettes. So my mom takes cigarettes, like we have Vooka, and then he forced him to eat the tobacco straight. He vomited. Till today, he never smelled like him. So umdlise straight tabak wathi
Ayithi into ofuna ukuyidla le.
nokuthi uyishise.
Yidla. Umosha isikhathi.
Yeah, he threw up. I remember that day, and then
He never touched it again.
Yeah, none of us smoked.
I think also the dynamics, before we bring in, because for me, I don't think the strictness I relate, because growing up with boys, you just you yourself, you discipline each other, and also there was a thing of now it's like, because I don't have sisters, let me just grow up or play or befriend boys only, so that when you start to understand, if you are trying to, or if you also bring yourself back to say, no man, I come from this foundation, I was disciplined and I'm just going to keep it to myself. So when you see other people, because also the environment, when you are a naughty child and you come in a strict or a disciplined family, trust me, there's something that's going to change inside of you. Because if you try to do something, there's questions that you're going to ask, or hey, then you're like, no, you are not supposed to do that. But now if you are somewhere where corner, you will definitely do that, because the energy feels like they allow those things to happen. Yeah, boy. So yeah, Kanye, is your mic on? Do you have batteries or a battery?
Is it on?
Yeah, it's on.
Sanbonani Vooka breakfast. How you boys doing?
We are good.
I'm very good. I'm surprised ukuthi abantu bengekuse abazali they commenting. They commenting so much about today's topic, but I'm pulling a leg. However, I feel ukuthi as umzali ma create an environment ukuthi umntwana akho akusabi. Now that thing also creates a child to be exposed to other external things that are very harmful towards them, because you as a parent, you never really allowed a harmonious relationship with your child so that they can relate. As for one,
are you saying when you talk to the child?
I would definitely talk to the child, and I feel like if umntwana ends is wrong, start off by asking first what is it that is wrong, and without actually assuming the worst and umtusa, because that's what mostly happens. It happened to me, I know for a fact, whereby it was the same scenery and I was just still a child, I took one of my mom's drinks. She was drinking in Savannah. So I took it. I wasn't taking it to Gutivele. I'm drinking. And then she just. Then from there on, that's when I knew I can't do anything else with my mom.
Yes.
Even talking to my mom about certain things, even relationship-wise, we don't have that kind of relationship.
Because I'm not your friend.
That's the thing. That's the thing that kills the
I'm not your I'm not here to be your
friend.
Because
mama no they do have to get to that point where they become friends.
Says who?
Point. Because your child needs to be able to open up about things that are sensitive in the world.
Says who?
Your child may be raped, just for instance, I'm not saying God forbid, may be raped, and then turns out because
why other examples that we're using extremes?
Because it happens. Anything can happen to your child.
Of the 5 girls that you know that you can think of now, how many of them have been raped?
Well, there's one, and
one, you know them personally. I mean, people you know personally.
I don't know personally, but it's still.
Yeah.
That's why to me, it was a very sensitive issue because I have a girl child.
Fair.
Yeah. And at the same time, if Mina, you can't even trust an uncle, dude, a mere uncle.
So here's the thing. So you are using examples that are extreme because it favors the conversation. Why can't we use examples that are on the opposite side?
Yes.
Why can't we say, let's use. That's a very simple thing. Okay. Right?
Can we use
I'm sorry, I come from a different generation. Or maybe
I also think being disciplined also matures with you. Because Lena, my dad once told me that if I drink alcohol, he will kill me.
Absolutely.
And then he spoke from a sensible manner.
Yeah, but when I grow up, I now get to understand
why
I was not supposed to do that.
Because
and the little Hannah Bualwena, did he it was like, or he was just talking.
No, he said I'm going to kill you.
Was it a threat to you when he said it to you?
It's a threat.
I'm curious. So that curiosity must die at that point.
No, but I'm saying the manner of approach.
Yes, it is a threat. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Exactly.
I need not to make you feel threatened. I don't need to make a noise. I don't. We've seen fights. We grew up, we fought with other kids, we played rough with boys, right? Now, as adults,
there's the soft-spoken one,
right? There's gents that will go,
MooCee.
And then there's a guy who will come to you.
MooCee,
you know what, Mr.
MooCee, what's my point exactly? MooCee,
and you hear it.
What is my point?
Point
exactly?
here, you
What
want,
is my point that I'm trying to get across?
Approach.
Because you are
men of approach. Men of approach
Exactly
is what
my
you're saying.
point, exactly.
What I'm trying to say to you is that for a parent to instill the threat in you, they need not make a noise. We need not make a noise.
But why can't
you are
friends
advocating
open
to be
up?
friends with your child. That's fine.
Yes.
If that's for you, go for it.
Definitely.
I don't. I say it's wrong. I'm not going to be friends with my child. You're not here to be my friend. Especially until the age of 20, 25 even.
But
That's
then,
the very degrees
but then
of,
what happens,
of adulthood that
what
we
happens
were
when
talking
your child
about.
can't communicate back with you and now they start doing things that
Then
are
it means
off
something,
track?
that means my parenting was flawed. There's somewhere that I made a mistake. There's somewhere where my parenting was flawed from ground level, from foundation.
So within a household, ne, kuno mama, kuno baba.
Absolutely.
Kuno yin, kuno yang, kuno hot, kuno cold.
Yes.
Bad cop, good cop.
True.
I think they balance each other out.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, in today's reality, they are single parents.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And they have to now play a dual role.
Yes.
Where you are both a
Good cop and bad cop. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you exercise hard discipline tactics.
Yeah.
At the same time, you need to come through and exercise
And be
soft.
a marshmallow sometimes.
A marshmallow.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Sure.
And be a butterfly. So I think that's where the contention
Comes in.
Do
Yeah.
you think when there's one style of being soft, would you spare the rod? Emntaneni wakho?
It also depends because sometimes I spare the rod, kanti that's another damage.
Would you do it?
Like as I'm saying, it depends.
Have you done it?
Obviously, I'm a mother. If it's on Toron, kitlo shapalto. But the thing,
No,
also how
I'm
I'm
asking,
doing
have you
it.
done it?
Obviously, yeah.
She has
And sometimes I
done
would
it.
feel guilty. I did go a bit hard. And then I'll be like, I'm so sorry. Parents also need to take accountability of the feelings that they,
I
take
don't dispute.
onto their child. Yes, I was hard. Maybe sometimes I'll be like, you know what? If I was hard, I'm really sorry because I'm opening that.
If I was hard,
If I was hard, I'm sorry. Like,
No, honestly,
But why are you drinking
you
Savannah?
can still come back. There's a room.
Why are you drinking
there's
Savannah?
a room for improvement.
Like,
guys. You can
communicate,
still
I don't want
come
to go to
back.
kakao.
Nana, I didn't like what you did. We were in the presence of our family. That makes me look good. That like sets a bed. Kikupa bua tle, kikupa bua ka peace tle musi se khambi, kikupa bua ka peace.
Shapa ngwana ka face.
I feel like as a parent, you can still go back to your child and iron things out. Communicate with them to a more vast, reasons, with more vast reasons to this is the reason why I don't want you to do this. This is why I reacted the way I did because I was mad. So how do I I'm not going to talk to you about anything because everything was wrong. Like I'm saying
So that's good. So you exercised hard discipline and then you came back with the soft approach.
Exactly. That's
Right,
what I'm saying,
so-
the balance.
Oh, so you're advocating for balance.
Yeah, so
but
that
then
I
shy.
Can, yeah, ukumshaya vele ungamshaya umntwana because I see to
I see to because I think your words are you could. I'm saying mina definitely I'm shy.
Yeah, ukumshaya ungamshaya. But nakhona ungasuka ushaya umntwana bese uyamlimaza guys. Ushapa ngwana wena
Yes.
nam uncle MooCee umshapa.
Yes.
Ngwana le mali mo.
Yes.
Asatsuwi.
Yes.
Arobale.
You know how comedians.
You are not a parent, therefore our.
You know how comedians would make a joke who would say like Bashayumtana, like Bernie Mike would say. The parents would beat us up.
Yes.
To the point where they would see the white meat.
Beat the child.
Those are toxic parents.
I'm shy.
Nah, that's
I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. I'm not advocating.
I believe that all points are taken because some of us are coming from a perspective of being a dad, and then ladies will come to a perspective of being a mother, which is
because we have strict
nurturing.
mothers.
Understand?
Yo.
So, as a dad, I will punch my kid. I'm shy and the sweet. I'll punch him.
Here's the thing, Mr. P. Think of us when we were. Think of yourself when you were 20, right? I'm trying to think of my dad. I come from a household where it was our mother. I knew my dad was there, but not active like that, right? But my dad was a strict man. right? He was a strict man, but my mother was equally, if not more strict than he was.
So there's no corner to hide.
Well, understand that? My mother was, and I only got to spend time with my dad later. Now se ke le grote se ke understand la se umntu omdala I'm not a naughty child and ha ke tswa ke a tswa I'm going out ke a tswa right we need not like necessarily like talk I'm a responsible person I'm coming back ke tlo bua ke le sharp I've never came back home nna ka dinkonzo ke tlhabilwe ke eng you understand you know why because the foundation was solid to this day. At the big age that I am at 26, right? At the big age that I'm at, Mr. B, I can go out for 4 days and come back kiluso because the foundation is strong.
You know where you are going.
Absolutely, and you know where you need to come back to. Yeah. And that's the thing I think I agree with more. Where his dad was like, "Get up, body, Anton. I'm going to kill you." Do you get what I'm trying to say? So this thing of wanting to talk to your child as if or they are your age peer or something like that. That's where I personally feel that the generation is lost and they feel like it is right to hold their parents hostage. Because you want to be free. You know why? Because you are a young parent. And I'm not saying it's wrong. Guys, we had young parents as well. There are a lot of young parents out there.
Not all the time.
Not all the time, sure, I'll give it to you. But you are living vicariously through your child. Where the relationship that you would have wanted to have with your parent, you want to do it with your child, and that's where we lose it. That's where I think we lose it.
So maybe let's wrap it this way. My grandfather used to walk 10,000 steps to go to work. Right, my dad rode a bicycle to work. I don't have to go to work because I work where I am.
Yeah.
My son will drive to work.
Yeah.
His son will be chauffeured to work, but my son's son will walk to work again. So it's like a cycle in a way, because you come from a parent that exercised hard discipline tactics, and then when as the child, your child, you become soft. And then that child becomes, I'm not saying it's the case, but it was spoiled. After being spoiled, the other one becomes hard, and then it's like a
cycle,
thing, right?
Recurring cycle. Very interesting. Very, very
Who's
interesting.
breaking the cycle?
All of us.
Yep. So as we wrap up, we see some of the comments coming through right there on YouTube, and I think after Cat Book say the entire family threatens their kids with my name because she is that strict aunt, right? Then Ma comes through saying a very good morning, Vooka Nation, Underground Radio, DB and family, and of course our best energetic Vooka team on a beautiful sunny Tuesday morning. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Good morning, Ma. Cat comes back say I was taught alcohol at home. My great grandmother wanted us to drink at home. Permission was given, so we don't go and do those things in the streets.
What a grandmother.
I mean, sometimes it becomes different because when you go outside, you want to learn what people do on the outside. So as people, we are not the same. We are not the same, right? Then Ma says, hashtag happy blessed Tuesday as I'm choosing my younger sister today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. Rise and shine. Then Kat says, morning, Kanye.
Morning, Kat.
Then Ma says, I am wishing my lovely sister a happy birthday. Umdase. Hope that she... Yeah, happy birthday. And then she also comes to say, MooCee, chapuling is taking place now. Queen coming through saying, hi, Vooka Nation. Heated conversation. I'm agreeing with the lady in the background, which is Kanye. Background, but not sure if it is Kanye's. It's Kanye Queen. But the strictness needs to be balanced with being approachable.
Exactly, Queen.
And then Ma says, Kanye, girl, at 66 years, my mom usang tetis and I don't speak back. And angikwati. Parent is a parent, dear. Umzali. So yeah.
There's a thin line.
And then she's also from a strict fam. Mine is also from the strict fam. And then Kolani say, morning Vooka Nation. I really agree with Kanye because if you as a parent, you are not approachable, then the child will obviously go outside to get advice. I feel like we're having a family meeting.
Bets, B-E-T.
Betsa ka face o robale no.
Ke na mamela ka mo.
Betsa ka face o robale no.
MooCee o tla le deceiver.
No, mfethu. Like bana no tswantse nowadays ha ba le ko strateng ba re hantwana ba kshanye nnidi gini.
So bona
you see that's I think that's where we also miss it, Mr. P, is that
hey guys, we are joking, right?
being strict but
I'm the sweetest parent.
We don't beat kids, guys. Must beat them. You know when Trevor says that, beat these kids.
Beat the child.
Being strict means not that you are not approachable.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. I remember my mom. I was young, man. And you remember that friend I was talking about that would say, my mom's friend, he walked like a MooCee, right?
So then
They were very close. That lady, and I liked that lady, man. She had a softness that was different to my mother's, I think, and that's why I appreciated her being in the house sometimes, you know. But this one time they're talking, and toys and whatever else. She says to my mother says to her, because she's always been curious. Tabo is a whatever. How did it get to that point? Like, there was a time when he was in his early 20s. He tried his luck with me. Right? And think of yourself when you were about 20, 21, 22. So out, you know, well, she will tell me what I ain't going to go over here. Right? Because now you feel like you were younger that back then. Obviously you couldn't fight back. But now you're like 20. So I'm cartel. Understand? Arbon. So my mom tells this lady, no, there was a time where he tried his luck. And I quickly reminded him, don't think because I'm short and I'm a woman that I won't take you on, chief. Like, I'll remind you very quickly and very early on that you're a child first, especially in this household. Means nothing, right? And that stayed with me. I didn't understand it fully, but it stayed. And I heard that in passing. What my brother actually did, and it was a shocker to me. Wait, what? This guy, him of all people, he tried my mother. That's crazy, right? And so, being a strict parent means not that you are not able to be soft when softness is needed, and it means not that you are unapproachable when your child needs to approach you. Because first, I absolutely advocate that the safest place that your child has to feel is with you as a parent. One understand? Absolutely. Mama yo or papa yo like, do you get what I'm trying to say? But even in that, I feel, and I absolutely advocate for this. Being soft means not that you have to be friends. How do you that's just me. Who gave you the permission and the net to feel like you and I can sit together? Only 19 years. Where did you take that from? Do you get what I'm trying to say? I'll be friends with you after you've graduated, after you've shown me that you're a responsible adult. Then we can sit down and say, congratulations, let's have a glass of wine. Then you can come to me and say, you know what, there's this boy, Papa, that is asking me out. Or I've been trying to see that I can give him a chance. What do you think? Do you get what I'm trying to say? How to go dating advice only 16? Your only problem should be EMS. Your only problem should be passing junior exams. Like, what are we talking about? Yeah. What are we talking about? I don't know, guys. And Kanye, I'm going to dispute what you said earlier on. Hey, people who don't have kids, being a parent needs not that you have to have given birth to a child yourself. Yeah, no. I'm just saying, being a parent means not that you have. I can be a parent to your child. Banale hasio, we are parents to mpilo mo studio. Because how do you?
Because if something happens, guys,
where were you as if junior something happens? Dura is gonna look to all of us. Gents, what happened?
Obviously.
How could Junior not come to you firstly as males who understand what it's like to be a boy child? Will understand because you can advise the child. Or do this, do that, to show the other boys that you are not a soft boy or boys don't treat you. Won't understand that there's certain things that I think we miss, especially now. There's the gender aspect as well. You haven't lived the boy experience. In having a boy child,
and then you're raising a boy child.
It's very challenging. You haven't lived a girl experience, Mr. B. You don't know what it's like to be a girl. Uhamba nompilo, nisemole nompilo says, Papa, I want to go to the toilet. What do?
Luckily, I know Gucci, there's toilet
that are neutral.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? But you see, it's those kinds of dynamics. And so I really don't advocate for being friends with a child while they are still a child. And I don't advocate being a parent while you are still young because you are a child yourself. You haven't gotten to a point where you can. I'm not saying because it's been happening and we've gotten to a point in society where because it's been happening for so long, we tend to think, normal, right, 20 or 20 years, how is it how is it? No, that's why these kids they cry now. But that's exactly that you are talking about with your friend. I have a condition. Uti no condition.
ADHD.
We touch up.
Well, I saw Guti. I think I've got ADHD. Google says that.
Yeah, I advocate for communication, and I believe in good communication. Just like at work, it creates a more of a sensible situation. We respect each other, guys. I'm running late. We are communicating. If there's something that is putting me off, I communicate. So that's why I believe more than anything, they can have their monstrous behaviors and traits, but they're also human more than anything. Let's not take that away from them.
Let's also communicate with a rod.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get you don't listen when I say verbal words to you. Yeah, so
also means open. In addition.
Yes.
But also open the communication as to why
I'm not going to open communication. You are a child. You are going to learn from me. Because you are a child. What are you talking about?
But do you know that you're not always right?
I do. Absolutely.
As a parent, you're not
absolutely
always right.
I'm not.
There are times where your children are going to
but you are a 9-year-old.
But I'm just saying,
what do you know?
Even a 5-year-old can correct you.
But what do you know?
need to give that space. Always remember that children are human, guys. It doesn't mean just because you not listen to you everything how it's shut down. No. As a child, your child needs to be able to.
So when you're 2-year-old, when you would listen to your child.
I was at the clinic. Let me tell you. I was at the clinic. I was at the clinic, and my child was
how young? Which one? How young?
My 2-year-old. Yeah, so na bleed, and then I went to the clinic obviously just to understand what's the condition, and then no, your child is going through this and this and that, and please do not use other prescribed medications for other kids on your child, because obviously sometimes there's other kids that would be around, bring their own medication, because my mom literally can't take care of it. You know what I'm saying? So a hijack. And then they also told me, as much as you wouldn't want your child to be exposed to germs, they should be exposed to germs, because in that way, that's when their immune system gets to fight the germs, because now it has something to fight for. So
it exposes one to little snacks.
The strength is growing.
Expose them to the rod.
Yes.
Expose them to the rod. Yes. Expose them to the germs.
Expose them to strictness.
So that you can see how mature your child is. How will you be able to?
I'm not going to measure my maturity with my child. I'm sorry.
How will you be able to see? They're intellectual, or maybe they.
But I'm not going to measure my intellect and my maturity.
You know, as much as we are seeing, as much as there's no manual, we are creating our own manual.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
and I don't think your manual can work.
Applies to me
and apply on my life. So I see that there's a way that people parent their kids. And if somebody comes in and say, guys, and then now he grows up to become a successful man.
Yes.
And the man who
grows up. Exactly. What would you say? What would you say? Yeah. Get doctor right now. Get doctor right now.
now. I want the Vooka breakfast show.
I mean, some of us exactly. Wabona as much as Lerona ribua go raba pizza.
Guys, more than
as
anything,
much as
kids are
Lerona,
human.
as much as Lerona and raba pizza. Lerona, we are.
We grew up. We are a product of being beaten up.
Lerona, we are respectful.
Says who?
That's funny, Kanye. That's funny. Okay, last comment, we close show.
But yeah, last comment came through from Kat saying, MooCee, I went to boarding school at 7, so I learned to parent myself. So these are the things that we cannot take away from people, because what life teaches you sometimes will work for you.
Absolutely.
Someone out there at the age of 7, they won't be able to do what Kat is doing. So there's different paths for each and every person out there, right? So very interesting, man, to find out what modern parenting looks like nowadays, right? But yeah, Manuel is not there as we are wrapping it up this morning on this beautiful, cool edition of the Vooka Breakfast Show. As we reach the halfway point of the year, today is a reminder to stay consistent. Even small steps taken daily can lead to big wins. Don't let setbacks slow you down. Use them as fuel to adjust, refocus, and keep going. It is exactly 10 o'clock on the dot, and that's where we are going to leave you and see you tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Not forgetting that you can connect with us across all social media platforms. We are Vooka Breakfast Show, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and also TikTok. You can dial us. WhatsApp line is always open for calls and voice notes. 06049333226. Till we see each other, same time, take care and enjoy the rest of your day.